Hey guys, Jesse Walls here, just checking out the property on Chimere. And my job as I see it is just to point out everything I possibly can, good, bad, and otherwise, and help you make an informed decision. As far as the neighborhood, definitely like it. Nice wide streets, sidewalks, everything surrounding here very much conforming. Definitely not the nicest house on the block, and that's a good thing. There's some monsters all around us, and they're all built in kind of that mid-2000s. And then as we get just south of here, the next phase is built in the 90s. You pretty much drive through that to get over to Fairview. So yeah, liking the neighborhood. Stucco was kind of a trend brought by folks from California that are used to seeing stucco on any nice house, whereas we have 4 seasons here. So it's, you know, as stucco cracks, as it will, just need to keep up on small little hairline cracks with 4 seasons. It can turn into a petri dish if we get water back behind there. Just the slightest, smallest cracking below those windows. There's at least one little other area, but I mean hairline, nothing like you could even put a dime in. So completely normal. And then that's just the front, of course. The rest is all lap siding. I'm really happy to see gutters all the way around the house. It's definitely a custom house. Yeah, certainly no spec house thrown up. They really took care and added a lot of details and upgrades throughout. So that is really nice. I was pleasantly surprised to see this big, essentially parking area here. Depending on the size of the trailer, you know, you could hit it at an angle and get it into that fence. I mean, worst case scenario, if you really want to park a big trailer back there, this tree would go away. I have seen other trailers taller than, but behind fences in the neighborhood. So that should be legal. Even if it is written that you can't, if other people are doing it in the subdivision and getting away with it, then of course they're not going to enforce it on you only. So yeah, subdivision covenants, I do like those. It's just enough to, you know, keep everything tidy, but not too overbearing and not too terribly expensive. Built in 2005, we've got 3 big ticket items. They're at about 20 to 25 year mark. Love to see the furnaces, and it's not just dual zone, it's 2 full high efficiency furnaces. We'll check those out in a minute. You look at the AC units, they were, I think I said 3 years old. So, and they didn't go cheap there. That was something, looked like they were definitely intending to stay here and did it for themselves. As far as the lap siding, I'd be very surprised if that was original contractor paint. I can't find a blemish in it. It's nice and thick all the way through. So looking good there. And even where, you know, you'd normally have a little deterioration on the bottom or maybe sprinklers are hitting it, not finding any of that. So everything's looking really good and sound there. Man door to the garage, which is nice. If you're gonna have garbage cans or whatever, you could even do something over here enclosed on this area. I guess since we're here, we'll hit the garage. So yeah, high efficiency, you can tell by the white pipe. Water softener, central vac, found the attachments as well to central vac. Do want to put those in the offer, make sure they're included. A couple other small adjustments. As far as lights, it's these 2 guys that he retrofitted into the standard sockets, and I can't figure out how to turn them on. So I'm using all the switches, not doing anything, but figure that out. Probably want to, if you're working out here, probably want some good fluorescent or LED longer lights anyway. Super loving the height in here. You know, I could certainly do some shelving up high and some of that unused space, but storage for days. As is so common, third bay doesn't have a garage door opener, things that make you go, So yeah, I'm sure you throw one of those in. Floor was epoxied at one time, definitely a ways back, but everything's good and clean. Looking good. Sprinkler, of course, controls over here, front and rear, public water, public sewer, nothing to worry about with wells and septics there. Irrigation water, that's all good. And we've got our water shares, so nothing negative to report there. Walking in, loving the great big entry. Definitely makes a statement as you come in. It really did a nice job on the artwork here around the walkways. Tile, they must have done a good job with the subfloor, whatever they've got under it. I'm not finding any cracks or anything there. We've got no shortage of tile running all the way through the kitchen as well. Yeah, 10-foot ceilings here. Lots of, you know, everything's windows are cased, plus some crown molding here. you know, the nicer, thicker trim, especially for the time on the base as well. So yeah, just all around, they weren't cutting corners when they built this house by any means. A little taller on the vanities. And I think they made some upgrades, at least with the showers. We'll see those here in a minute. So half bath there. Good size office, of course. And come back to the crawl space. But yeah, loving this space. That is huge from that wall all the way back to that wall. That's a good distance. There's a lot of space there. Carpets, yeah, not the highest end, not the lowest end, just a good medium grade pad. I can't tell, maybe it's probably an 8-pound pad, but maybe 6. But yeah, they're all new and clean, so that's great. I was surprised. Yeah, I guess they're kind of cheap. This is about the only window covering I saw left, if that's what that is, some weird high-tech thing of its day, or was. All the bracketry is still there, but there are no window coverings through this whole house, so that's a fair bill we'll need to shell out right off the bat. Loving all the cabinets, just everywhere. Deep drawers on the backside, good square footage on the countertops, staggered crown rope accent in the woodwork, a little extra accent for depth on the tile. Yeah, just real nice. Crank out windows here, so not just your normal sliders. A little upgrade. Awesome size pantry. Gonna flash on here. I think we're still recording and still good. I noticed the stove was pulled out a little ways. Looks like their anti-tip device. They must have pulled it out and they couldn't get the foot line back up. I didn't spend too much time, but yeah, it wasn't sliding right back in there. But that will slide back, get rid of that gap and that gap. Man, 5 bedrooms, bonus areas. There's just no shortage of space. Little cabinet in the laundry area. That's one of the upgrades I think they've done, just a nicer insert. I was pricing those guys out, and they were wanting, gosh, $5,000 to $7,000 just to throw that insert in. Of course, you're a contractor, and I'm sure they got the labor marked up, but it looks good, you know, extra tall and looks good. Yeah, comfortable sized room here. A little bit of patches, which I'm glad they did. I think it's as good a job as any. Straight on industry standard. You really can't see much variation. If you were to catch the light from the window, yeah, I can definitely see, you know, circle a patch there. So, but it's, yeah, at least there's not holes in the walls. Overall, trim's in pretty good condition as far as paint is concerned. A few little marks there. Some others on the base, but nothing too bad. Yeah, nothing really major that I'm finding jumping out at me by any means. All the window seals look good. You know, once 1 or 2 or 3 of those starts going, then it's got a lot of windows to replace. Typically, it's going to be that southern exposure, which actually we're pretty well guarded against. So we've got east-west, but usually that southeast is kind of what hits it. Oh, back here. So I drove back here. Those are newer construction duplexes behind us. You know, not ideal to have a little higher density, but at the same token,